Hi there, my name's Buford Swenson, the official timekeeper for the 1998 Rose Bowl game. Speaking on behalf of Timex watches, these are the watches that take a licking and keep right on
Time!
What the hell are you doing?
Time's up!
I've got 2 seconds left.
No, you don't!
Yes, I do!
Do not!
I got...
Sorry.
This is bullshit!
Very nice, excited, happy crowd. Thank you. Welcome to the first show of our new year. A lot of people still celebrating. That's good. Coming down just a little bit. Everybody's trying to turn over a new leaf. You probably saw that Microsoft says they're sorry about all those things they said about the Justice Department, and in return, the Justice Department they've pulled back their troops from the Redmond compound. You know, they don't want another Waco. You know, everybody just calm down. Let's calm down. Let's lower the temperature. Nike, on the first of the year, you see this, changed its slogan to, I can. They say, it's more positive. I can. Of course, in their factories over in Asia, it's still, just do it. Just do it. Let's do it for 12 cents an hour. Anyway. In Seattle, politicians on the new year have to figure out now how to pay for that monorail that we voted for. By law, they now have to figure that out, how they're going to pay for it, which is kind of ironic that 2 weeks ago they burned $15 million worth of confiscated pot. Did you see that? Kind of ironic. I'm just thinking something, you know. Anyway. Thank you for that validation. That's good. We've got a new mayor. After he was sworn in, Paul Schell said that one of the first things that he would do is synchronize the traffic lights in downtown Seattle. I'll tell you something. If he could do that one thing, he would go down in history as the greatest mayor we have ever had. He'd do that one thing. And if you're watching, Mr. Mayor, I think you should try to synchronize the street musicians down there also. Just try that. Start with Richard, and then just work out from that. That's just sort of my... Anyway, I think that'd be great. This is, it's part of a trend for big city mayors these days. They try to make a lot of little changes around the city that, taken together, really improve the quality of life. So, in addition to synchronizing the lights, Mayor Schell has a lot of other plans. For example, hammering man will be put to work building low-income housing instead of just standing there hammering away at nothing. He's going to change Seafair Hydroplane Race from a family event back to a drunken, waterlogged orgy. Like it was nothing. That's progress. We know that's progress. He's going to wipe that smirk off of Harry Wappler's face. In addition to 3 strikes you're out, Schell will implement 3 perms you're out in South King County. Also, should any Washington State ferry sink, rich people will get first dibs on rowboats just like in the movie Titanic. Also, to make the market more exciting, those fish-throwing guys will occasionally throw swordfish and electric eels. Finally, parking rates will remain expensive, but with every $1.25 put in, a complimentary gumball will be dispensed. Some of the great new ideas. We wish the mayor well. Also, the big Bridal expo is in town right now, which is just really thrilling me. It's just really exciting. You know, you got to make all these decisions right now for weddings that happen in the spring and the summer. Of course, the biggest question of all is if the two of you are really compatible.
House or apartment? House. Dog or cat?
Dog.
Kids or no kids?
Kids. Oh. Tartar control or whitening toothpaste? Tartar control.
Assisted suicide or lingering painful death?
Lingering painful death. Hit and run or stop and admit you did it? Hit and run. Oh.
Hold it or pee in the pool?
Pee. Virgin or insatiable slut puppy?
Virgin. Puppy. White wedding dress or ivory?
White.
Very white.
All right, stay with us. We've got a great show, and we're coming right back. All right, how many cartons of Sprouts do we need?
One.
One? That's not even worth the trip to Vashon. What's going on?
I'm not going over there this time. Ferry has bad energy.
All right, never mind. We're going to make do with what we've got. All right, how many plantains do we need?
Okay, those are like those brown banana-like things, right?
Yeah, plantains.
Well, we've still got the whole shipment from last month.
Last month, you're supposed to rotate the stock.
Well, look, what are those things for anyways?
They're a traditional ethnic food stuff. You know, they sell them at marketplaces in Colombia, and they slice them into a little potato chip like... never mind. We didn't sell any?
Nope.
All right, everybody, hey, get together here. We need to take a meeting. Can we gather here, please? Come on. All right, now listen, I'm calling this meeting of the Earth Foods Natural Organic Food Market because I think it's time for us to wake up. Even you, Randy.
Huh?
You see, see, this is what I'm talking about. We can't be this mellow anymore. You know, when we were the only natural market in the neighborhood, we could afford it. We had all the customers. I mean, remember every morning the Pink Triangle Plumbing Cooperative? They all came in for cinnamon rolls?
Yeah.
Well, where are they now? That's your department, Autumn. Where are they?
Well, I see a lot of their trucks out in front of the K.D. Langendorf Bakery.
Exactly. Now, what about those guys, you know, with the yellow robes? You know, the guys used to come in and chant all the time. They bought all the, you know, the incense and the wheatgrass. Where are they?
Yeah, they opened up that juice bar that has the picture of that guy with all the extra arms on top.
Oh, that place is awesome. Have you tried the hemp smoothie? It kills.
Right on.
I know.
Awesome.
You see what's happening here? We're losing all our hardcore customers. Now, we're in trouble. Does anybody have any ideas?
We could sell pipes again.
Yeah.
No, we're not going to sell pipes again, Randy.
Screens?
No, we're not going to sell. We're not selling pipes or screens, and I'm telling you, it's that kind of thinking that got us in trouble. Now, look, there's another reason that I called this meeting. Now, I heard through the grapevine that the PCC, you know, the Puget Consumers Co-op, they're going to open on the next block. Now, I'm telling you, if that happens, that's going to take away our last group of customers. Now, you all remember who that is?
Yes.
Yuppies who act like hippies but want to eat like yuppies.
Very good. All right, now let me ask you a question. What is this?
Tofu.
Yes, this is tofu, thrilling tofu. You know, I mean, we seem to devote a lot of shelf space to these super exciting slabs of plain tofu. I suppose they're going to be busting down the doors to get this.
Well, tofu's not supposed to be exciting. It's a good source of protein.
Well, that's great. So when all of our customers are at PCC buying tofuty cuties and tofutaroni and tofu chocolate crunch, we're supposed to be happy that we have the protein. Is that right?
We could sell pipes.
Randy, I'm warning you. Now listen up, I did some shopping at the other markets, and this is what the people with the Range Rovers are buying. Now what is this?
Ancient Aztec Natural Cola.
Right, now why don't we stock it?
Ugh, 'cause it's got sugar.
Of course it does, it's Coke! That's what people want. They just can't buy Coke because they want to seem like they're still hippies and natural and pure while they're driving around in their $40,000 Jeep thingies, you know? They want Coke. So the other guys put in cola and sugar and caffeine, and they call it natural cola. But everybody knows it's Coke, okay? Now we got to give them fake Coke, and we got to do it now. Otherwise, we're stuck with our products. And you know something? I don't think that's going to cut it anymore, okay?
Yeah, I agree. I don't like to eat our stuff. There's no taste to it at all.
Thank you.
He's right, you know, it doesn't really taste very good, and there's like brown spots on it. And I mean, I know that it's because there's no pesticides, but you know, it kind of gives me the creeps.
It creeps everybody out. Now, could we please speak the truth here?
Our soap is stinky.
All right. There you go.
And it doesn't even clean things.
Okay.
And I always have to go to Safeway after I shop here.
All right, now we're talking. Okay, now look, we've got to make up our own brands for the things that people really want. Now, come on, we got to figure out some new names. What are we going to call Oreos?
Natural Oreos.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a nice try, but you see, you can't use the name Oreos. Can we try again?
Pipes?
We're not calling them pipes, Randy. Can we just try again?
Carob.
Good, carob. That's the hippie word for chocolate. Keep going.
Carob Natural Daisy Clusters.
Good, carob natural daisy clusters. That's great. All right, now how about Captain Crunch? What are we going to call Captain Crunch?
Honey dipped fiber crunch.
Honey dip fiber crunch. That's great. All right. How about Velveeta?
Natural Sun Spread Cheese.
That's great. We're back in business.
And we can sell pipes.
Yes, we're selling pipes. We're going to sell pipes. This is the Late Report. Well, some Tacoma residents celebrated New Year's by shooting out a few TCI cable lines. The excitement caused by the gunfire has given the city the idea to make it an annual event to rival Seattle's Space Needle fireworks. Well, since last year's prisoner breakout, nearly $1 million has been spent on the Kent jail to make it more secure, including the addition of galvanized steel bars and razor-type barbed wire. The only thing they didn't have enough money for was to cover up that big hole in the ceiling. An Auburn man has invented a new board game called Tenacity, the reality of athletics, in which athletes move around the board avoiding obstacles. The obstacles include traffic islands, coaches, and keg restaurants. Paul Schell was sworn in as mayor of Seattle earlier this week by his brother, the Reverend Joel Schlautenhofen. Schell says that he changed his name years ago when he discovered that few volunteers were willing to carry around those big, heavy Schlautenhofen for Mayor campaign signs. Washington Mutual Bank is trying to buy back used computers it sold over the last 5 years because they still have customers' confidential information on the hard drives. And on a personal note to Mr. and Mrs. Floyd Malzahnack of Issaquah, my son says you're overdrawn. Stomp is now playing at the Fifth Avenue Theater through January 18th. The spokesperson for the Fifth Avenue says they bring the show in once a year to help keep the theater's roach problem under control. Well, Woodland Park Zoo's new baby gorilla was stolen from her mother, Jamoke's arms, shortly after birth by another pregnant gorilla, Amanda, who had to be tranquilized. Next month, the episode will be featured on TV in what many people think will be the best Jerry Springer show ever. And now, with some predictions for the new year, here is Psychic Bob. Well, welcome, Psychic Bob. That certainly was a dramatic entrance. Wow. That's very... I understand you got some predictions for us here.
Yes, I certainly do.
Okay, can you see the prompter from here?
I think I can.
Okay.
In 1998, I predict Hooters will continue to attract a mostly male clientele. The universe will continue to expand, but TCI will still claim they don't have room for VH1 in some areas. Many Americans will report being abducted by aliens, but will add with a sigh of relief that the aliens have pretty much gotten tired of the anal probe thing. White people will finally apologize for something they should have a long time ago, Kathy Lee Gifford. Scary Spice will leave the Spice Girls for a solo career and be replaced by Richard Simmons as Fairy Spice. Sean Kemp will return to Key Arena and be given a standing ovation by the fans for the years of excitement he brought them on the court.
Is that right? Really?
No, I'm just kidding. They're going to boo him.
Oh, okay.
Men in Shoreline, upset by the 4-foot rule for table dances, will lobby to have the definition of a foot changed from 12 inches to something, about that long. And finally, the guy in front of me at a red light will stop 30 feet behind the car in front of him, and then slowly creep forward a few feet at a time, forcing me to also creep forward a few feet at a time with him. Otherwise, it will look like I'm the idiot who stopped 30 feet behind the car in front of me.
Well, thank you, Psychic Bob.
I mean, it really makes Psychic Bob, makes Psychic Bob wonder what the hell's the matter with some people,
Well, thanks, Psychic Bob.
Really,
Thank
you got people driving cars who can't figure out how to use the Slurpee machine
Okay,
at
Psychic
7-Eleven.
Bob, everybody. Psychic Bob. Thank you. Thank you, Psychic Bob. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Psychic Bob. Bye. This is more smoke than we used in the rehearsal, isn't it? Finally, Starbucks CEO Howard Schultz doubled his income to over $2 million in 1977. Schultz says he hopes in 1998 will catapult his salary into the triple grande range. This has been The Late Report. We'll be right back.
So, do you know what today is?
No, what is today?
Today is our 2-month anniversary of going out together.
Really? Well, happy 2 month. Oh my God.
What?
That woman sitting at the bar.
Why, what about her?
She has got to be the most beautiful woman I've ever seen.
What?
I mean, look at her. I mean, she's just stunning, don't you think?
Well,
I mean, look, my hands are sweating just looking at her. I've never seen anyone that gorgeous in person. You know, that body is just unbelievable. And that face, I mean, that face should be sculpted by somebody. I mean, like a really, really good sculptor.
you know.
If a woman like that even spoke to me, I would just die. I would give anything to be her sweater for like 1 hour. But she would never go for a guy like me. Never. They never do. You don't think she would, do you?
I think.
But what if she's thinking the same thing about me? And I'm sitting here like a dork while the woman of my dreams is right there for the asking. But I can't. She's too beautiful. Do you think she's too beautiful? You know, if she were to ask me to get down on the floor right now and bark like a dog, I wouldn't do it. What would you do if you were me?
If I were you, I'd get down and I'd bark like a dog.
You're right. You are absolutely right. I'm going for it. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
Excuse me.
Get lost.
Okay.
That was short. What'd she say?
Turns out she's not really my type. So it's our 2-month anniversary. Mm-hmm. So where are you going? Is this about the woman? Because you said you wanted me to be honest, and I was just being really, really honest. My God, she is beautiful. I wonder if she's just plain hard to get. And if I don't ask her again, I'm always going to wonder if...
I said, forget it.
Okay. Hi.
All right, that's all we have this week. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.